Hey, how are you guys? Hello, hello. How are you there? Let me open the chat. Give me 1 second. Right here. All right. Hello, Cuba, Salman. Hello, Sina. Hey, Jose Luis. Hi, Diane. How was my day? I had a very nice day, guys. I had a very nice day. I'll tell you about it in a few minutes. Hello, under the sea, Mon. Good morning. Where are you? That it's still morning. Hey, Laura. How are you? It's good afternoon. It's good evening for Laura, but under the sea, he's good morning. Maybe West Coast, California. Yeah, yeah. Hola, Gabi. Gabi, she's another good morning because it's 11 in the morning in Mexico. Hey, Tocayo. Where are you based, Tocayo? Where are you based? Are you in the USA, right? Hey, Tassos, how you doing? Tassos, he's another guy with good evening. Tassos, are you Greece, right? You're in Greece? Robert, LA. Yeah, Tassos, Greece. So, hey, Robert, I want to ask you something. For the guys in Mexico, I want you to see my cap. It's from the my soccer team, Rayados, Rayados of Monterrey. And I know because I have a lot of friends from my hometown that they are in Los Angeles because there's this club World Cup from soccer. Well, it's actually football, but people in the United States they call it soccer. So they had an invasion of fans of soccer fans, and they are having a blast right there. Hey, Rael. Hola, Alex. Alex had, let me talk to you about Alejandro. Alejandro is he's a good friend of mine. He's from my hometown. And I was talking to him this morning, and he had an amazing, amazing, amazing trade. AMD calls. He went from the entry trigger all the way up to the gap fill. It was an amazing trade. I was talking to him all the way, and he was managing his position very, very nice. Congratulations about that win, Alex. Yeah, Robert, are you going to the stadium or something? Do you like that, or just watching on TV or just the news? Congrats, Alex. Watching. All right. Gabi, she's from Mexico. She's from Guadalajara, and she goes with an ugly team. Okay, it's not that ugly. It used to be the most popular team in Mexico, Chivas from Guadalajara. But they are not on the club World Cup like my Rayados. Your boys play soccer. Nice, nice, nice. All right, guys. So let's try to do this fast because I'm slowly dying. My oldest daughter, my kid, she departed today to Japan. So I was at the airport from 2:30 to 5:30 in the morning. So right now I'm just slowly dying, and I did not prepare anything on the chart. So let's do it live. All right, let's do it live. And if you see that I'm not focusing really well, I'm sorry, guys, but it was just this was just a rough morning for me. All right. We're gonna talk about market structure, my second trade here. You're gonna watch it in a few seconds. And all right. So Apple was, as always, doing something completely unrelated to anything. All right, completely unrelated to anything. Just like this, it was. Look at this drop on the pre-market. Look at this drop on the pre-market. Open market open here. Just consolidated about the pre-market low, and the pre-market low was actually the opening price. And I didn't see any good opportunity here to short Apple. But it was just consolidating around here, pre-market low, previous day high. It kept dropping while the indices were pushing higher. So nothing here, or nothing too juicy here. It came from key level to key level. So it 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 opened at previous day high, drop to previous day close, drop again to this 200 area, and came back to previous day close, and right now it's just going nuts. So I don't see any chance for Apple here, unless you want to play market structure. So here on this retest here, 260 cents. Diane, I trade SPY today. Yeah, don't judge me. Yeah, but I'm starting to trade SPY again. Market structure only. You will see. Hi, Princess Jen. So we were saying about Apple here. So here we have a higher low, right? A higher low. So this is the change of character. And from here, guys, you are watching how market structure play, right? How market structure play. So don't pay attention to the wicks, pay attention to the bodies. So maybe here, this is just noise here. But if you were trading something like this, can you see here how it's aligning now to the indices? So right here, it came for this liquidity here, 215 cents. Came for this liquidity here on this. Let me show you. This 260, it's last Friday highs, or at least it was this. Well, this is a relevant key level on the 15-minute chart. Can you see this? So it was a relevant key level from Friday. It was a relevant key level right at the middle of the chart on Monday. And today it came for all this liquidity and started aligning to indices. So from here, guys, from here, you can actually start taking break and retest on every market structure key point. Or let's do this. These are the real, this is the real order block, right? Try it here, one touch, two touch, and what was the indices doing here? Breaking out, breaking out. So, well, I'm not gonna mark any trade here, but I want to show you how once it came for this liquidity here, this liquidity here, liquidity, came for all this liquidity here, built a base, came up higher, retested this order block here, retested this order block here, and then boom, it aligned to the indices, and the indices went nuts today. All-time highs, I think they are all-time highs right now, right? QQQ, all-time highs. all-time highs. SPY, almost. Very close. Oh, well, not that close. 609. Well, we are 60, almost 7. Very close to all-time highs. Very, very close. Let's see what happens here. All right. So anyone took Apple today? Guys, I don't want you to be biased for me and don't trade Apple ever. I mean, if you see an opportunity in Apple and you trust your system and you trust your edge and you see a nice entry trigger on Apple, take it, guys. Take it. Don't hesitate. Don't worry about being judged on this exercise. If you make money on Apple, we don't judge. All right? We don't judge. All right. Okay. So here, Alex, talk to me. What was your only spy? Hey, Dion. Nice, nice. Alex, talk to me. Where did you take this trade? What was your candle? I'm assuming that everyone took this break, displacement and retest of this pre-market high, and they took this 942. Alex 942, Tassos 943. Yeah, but I think both of you had your risk right at pre-market high, right? So everyone printed money on AMD today. So I'm the only one that I didn't print money on AMD. What happened, guys? Come on. Nice, nice, nice. Congrats, Alex. Congrats, Tassos. Congrats, Robert. Congrats, Princess Jen. Order block here. Nice, nice, nice. So not taken, Sina. Yeah, we don't need this kind of trade, Sina. You and me. I mean, we do have any other more trades. Don't worry about it. All the way to gap high. I was babysitting Miss Out. 5-minute opening break range. Okay. All right, all right. Okay, so I think most of you have your risk right here. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna keep. Okay. Now, all right. So 942. Let's say this was here. Risk at the bottom of this candle. Also, this pre-market high. You were aiming at least to this gap, but if you did it all the way to the gap fill, amazing, amazing trade. 1 to 4.7 residual ratio trade, and actually more. Congratulations, guys, if you took this trade here. Congratulations. All right. Was there an entry on AMD for you? Yeah. This one right here. This one right here, 942. I think it was a very nice break and retest of pre-market high. Look at this candle wick right here. Buyers stepping in aggressively here. So you take the next candle. You take the next candle. You take the bottom of this candle as your risk, or even a little bit lower. But I mean, right here it was a fair stop loss. And again, you should be aiming at least to the gap, and it was a 1 to 2.16. But look at this. I mean, how strong was AMD here? So you actually got the gap fill. It was a 1 to 4.8 risk reward. I was listening to the Discord and couldn't get my computer in time. That's good. I mean, that's good because you are not chasing and you are not blind following. So that's good that you didn't take this trade. I mean, if you can't be in front of your computer with your own pre-market preparation, with your own trading plan, and planning your trade, trading your plan, it's better to stay away of it. All right. So nice. All right. Below the wicks of the previous little consolidation, like here, dude, you were close. You were really close to be stopped out. But look at this, Alex. I just want to use this example, right? So what you did here, it's, I mean, you are using these candle wicks consolidation as your stop, but the actual key level that you were respecting or that buyers are actually stepping in is this one here, pre-market high. Can you see here? Look at this. One touch, two touch, three touch, four touch. The actual key level here, Alex, it's pre-market high. Let me go here to AMD 15-minute chart. If you go back on the 15-minute chart right here, look at this. It's 134.86. This key level here, one touch, two touch, three touch. Let me draw it here. If I draw this one here, this one here, it's 134.68. Yeah, something like this. 134.81. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So this 133.85 was the key level of resistance, then turned support that launched this trade. So your stop loss needed to be at the bottom of this candle here. I mean, I understand what you did right here, but in my opinion, that was just too tight. Too tight. All right. Okay. So that was it, guys. There was no other opportunity here, or maybe if you were, I don't know, I wouldn't be thinking on this. Oh, I wouldn't be thinking on this here because it's already overextended, right? I mean, this huge move to the upside, and close the gap fill was just too much. But if you were trying to enter here, maybe you enter on this second candle here. This is an order block. Can you see here these two candles, down closing candles on this uptrend? So it came here. Look at this candle wick. Nice reaction. Second reaction, third reaction. So if you open your position on this candle here and you had your risk at the bottom of these weeks, and you were aiming to 138, maybe, yeah, 138. This trade here, guys, it's a 1 to 3.1 risk reward ratio trade. And those were the only two entries according to our system. Maybe, and I'm just saying maybe this one here, like coming here, but this was already high of the day. So this is the kind. Look, okay, so, yeah. I'm moving this. Before you start asking, look at this. I'm gonna take this out. Let's assume that we have this order block here, break, retest, and you want to enter here. What happens here? Well, guys, you are almost on high of the day. Your risk will need to be at the bottom of this candle, or maybe at the bottom of this order block. And if you want to go all the way to 138, oh well, this is a 1 to 2 risk reward rated trade. But in my opinion, and you know how I feel about taking calls close to high of the day. This for me, it's a very aggressive entry, especially after having all this move to the upside. Is it a good entry? I will say it is an entry. I wouldn't say it was a plus setup. I mean, you were taking advantage of the huge momentum here, but if you take a look what was happening right there on the indices, well, maybe QQQ was bouncing out of this 537. But I don't know. I wouldn't be very interested on here. I will not be very interested on here. Maybe this one, and I'm saying maybe this one because you had some room to high of the day. And even if you were just aiming to high of the day, it was a 1.7, 1 to 1.7. So it's not ideal, but it was a good one. But well, this actually worked, right? This actually worked. But this one here, I don't know. It's just I don't like it too much. All right. Tassels. I took 953. 953. All right. 80% at 136.24. High of the day. Something like that. Oh, 136.24. Like here. Okay. Why there? I mean, I like it, right? I like it, right? Just, I don't know why. But look, Tassos, this, my friend, this is an immediate retest. 952, you said. 953. This is not only an immediate retest, but this is only what we call a breakout trade. This is a breakout trade, right? So this is not a break and retest. For being a break and retest, we will need something like, like we break this 5-minute opening range, this placement, retest, and then continuation. But what you did is just, I mean, if you enter right here, 953, well, this is the actual breakout of the price, right? It's actually making new highs here. This is the highest candle close of the day. It's not high of the day, but it's the highest candle close of the day. So this is the breakout, right? But that was a very nice trade. Congrats. Cuba, hey Neto, I wanted to ask you this. I tend to get overexcited too often. When I'm in profits, I will keep trading and most oftenly lose part of the profits. Is it good to walk away? Always it's good to walk away. Actually, when I have a win or when I have a loss, when I close a position, I usually step away of my desk for a few minutes and then reconnect with everything. I try to be present. I try to reconnect with my process. I come back and I start looking for opportunities. But I'm detached from the previous trade. My excitement is low, or my frustration if it was a loss. It was low, so I'm low on emotions now, and I can try something new, but being completely detached from the previous trade. So something I recommend, Cuba, it's once you close your position, go to your kitchen, brew some coffee, prepare your cup, come back to your desk and start looking at everything with fresh eyes, right? Um, Laura AMD. Laura is doing good also. She's new in the community and she's trying the break and retest now, but with stocks, not with options, with stocks, and she's doing good. She's doing good. So this is something that I recommend for you guys. If you still are not very confident with your performance and execution, and you would like to, you know, to trade on the live market with the market moving on real time, something that you can do is instead of trading options, you can trade the actual asset. You can trade stocks. So if your trade is invalidated, you just sell and maybe it was a small loss, but you can keep the whole asset price because you are not leveraged on Greeks, right? So that's just another way to do it if you want to trade real time with real money and feel the emotions, but you want to reduce your risk. You can do what Laura is doing right now. She's trading stocks instead of options, and that is helping her to refine her strategy, to refine her execution, and that, my friends, it's a very, very good way to improve your process. All right. Uh, Tassos, I thought it was good. My bad. I mean, it was good, my friend. It was just not a break and retest. This is a breakout, but it was good. I mean, you took advantage of momentum here. But look at this. Indices right here, 953, they were not pushing higher. They were actually going lower. So, I mean, this is just a different kind of trading, right? Uh, hey, dudes. Under the Simon, the detachment is key. Your previous trade does not determine your next trade. Good idea. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, guys, take this to your mind. The outcome of your trade does not tell me anything about you. All right. If you had a loss, this doesn't mean that you are bad at trading. It doesn't mean that you are dumb. That doesn't mean that you can do this. I mean, the outcome of your trade doesn't have anything to do with who you are. And it happens the same with the opposite. If you have a huge win, let's try to not be overconfident. Let's try to not think like, oh, okay, well, I just figured out trading. Now I'm going to be millionaire. Because if you start being overconfident, the market will make you humble. And that's something that you don't want to. All right. Okay. Laura, AMD 932. 932? Laura, what are you doing? That's another. Well, look at this. Laura, because she's trading stocks, she can rely on the momentum of the breakouts. So I think that's what she did, because pre-market high was very close to here. So with this strong close above pre-market, she was expecting this move to the upside. And if this doesn't work, what was your risk, Laura, when you were willing to cut your trade in case it didn't work? Can you share with that? Laura, she closed at 955. Well, that's a lot. $2 per contract. Well, $2 per stock. The first candle of the day. So all right. So okay, this was your, well, it's a huge invalidation level, but remember, guys, she's trading stocks, so it's just $1 for her. It's just $1. So this is one of the reasons that if you trade stocks, to refine your strategy, to refine your execution, you can trade with way less stress, right? But you did calls today, so you are a gambler, Laura. This is this is too early on the day. This is a strong break of pre-market high, but this in options, this move is just too much of a risk. Be careful there. Be careful there. Nice, it worked today. And if you, let's say you enter right here, 130, 134.23, you exited here 955, you said? 955? Come on. No, this has to be, how much you did here? 30%? 40%? I bet it was a lot. I mean, it wasn't a small trade. Max. Hey, Max, how are you? Hey, Cuba. At least for me, trying to think on the long term, seeing some small P&L comparing to others, but hey, small steps take to big distances as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good mindset. That's a good mindset. All right, guys. So let's go to the next one. Amazon. What do you see on Amazon, guys? What do you see on Amazon other than this break and retest? Opening price, 1 minute opening range, 5 minute opening range. So if you enter in this candle here, your risk was at the bottom of this previous candle and you were watching for high of the day. Well, high of the day is a 1.2.7, but what about this 213.57 key level on the 15-minute chart? It was a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade, but you actually got more. So something like this here. It was a 1 to 2.5. This was a nice trade. This was a very nice trade. I'm not watching Amazon until we break. Do you remember what level we set yesterday? Do you remember, guys? 216. Until we don't break 216, don't count with me for Amazon calls, right? Don't count with me for Amazon calls until we don't break this 216 here, right? But if you still are trading Amazon inside of all these consolidation area, this was a nice break, displacement, and retest. And what were the indices doing? Well, SPY holding the 5 minute opening range, QQQ bouncing out of this 537 key level on the daily chart. That was a good one, and that's also the 1 minute opening range high. So this was a nice trade here, and it was 940. 940. Well, we are now on our trading window time window. I'm sorry, on our trading time window. All right. Okay. What else? Well, I don't see anything else here. At least in our trading window, time window. Don't judge me, guys. I'm dying slowly here. As soon as I finish this call, I'm going for some sleep. All right. So that was the only thing that I watched on Amazon. And let's go to the next one. Nvidia. Who took this Nvidia with me? Who took this Nvidia with me? So we have this break and retest of what? Pre-market high, 1 minute opening range, and 146.20. That was previous week high. Previous week high. So this can be named a breakout trade. Yes, for people on the Discord community, they were like, oh, but that was not a break and retest, or that was an immediate retest. Yes, this was an immediate retest. I'm going to accept it. Look at all these candle wicks holding pre-market high. Can you see here? Strong push to the upside, strong push to the upside, bounce on the pre-market high, bounce on the pre-market high, bounce on the pre-market high, strong move to the upside. And I took my trade on this candle here. I took my trade in this candle here. So I was having my risk right below this candle wick, and I was aiming to 147. 147. This 147, it was a 1 to 2.1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. But look how strong this move was. I had my first trim right here, 147.40. I had my second trim here, and I was out on this candle here, 9:58. It was 10 in the morning, and I was having breakfast already. I didn't wait for all this. I didn't wait for all this. When I see this rejection here on this 147.40, I just said, well, this is going to reverse. This is going to reverse. So this is what I did. I cut my position here, and I was like, well, that's all what I'm going to have today. I'm not taking anything else. But look at this. This is coming with the drop on the indices here. Drop with the indices. Indices started reacting here, but Nvidia kept dropping here until we have this candle here. Can you see how strong reaction on this candle here out of this previous week high, 146.20? Strong reaction here, and now you have your change of character right here. And what was happening on the indices? Well, they were pushing higher. They were pushing higher. So here, guys, if you are watching market structure here, after this candle here, here you have your change of character. And usually, if you have these strong moves creating your change of character, it's also shifting the sentiment for this ticker. All right, these kind of candles here, can you see it's the largest candle here? It's even larger than these ones. All right, so this is market sentiment going your way. So with this retest of the 5-minute opening range, this could be a nice entry here. And also, what were the indices doing? Well, right here, they were kind of consolidating, but they were pushing higher. They were actually having a change of character by themselves, having a higher high, right? Having a higher high. So this could be a good chance to enter. And if you take this break and retest of the 5-minute opening range, even if you take a lot to the side here, like, okay, I'm not going to trust this reaction, neither this, I'm going to take this one. All right. So you have your risk right here at the bottom of this. And if you are aiming to this key level here, well, this is not even a 1 to 2 reward rated trade. This is not, but look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rejections here. 5 rejections here, and it was a 1 to 1.8. If, well, I don't know. I mean, if you move this one, your risk, maybe you can have a 1 to 2 reward rated trade. But what I want you to see is this, right? Now, you are trading market structure. Can you see higher highs? And this is higher low. So what are we waiting here? Higher highs. And what are we waiting here? Higher lows. But here, once you have here a lower high, what are you expecting now? Well, right there, higher low. So even if you were still here, guys, look at all these candles here telling you, screaming you, hey, manage your position. Hey, manage your position right here. All right. So, okay. So again, we are gonna talk more and more and more about market structure on the future. So just want to watch all this. All right. So once we have a change of character, look for market structure for your next place. All right. Let's go to the next one. Tesla. What happened to Tesla today? Where is it? Well, Tesla here. After the huge move yesterday, it's giving back some profits, but the good news is that it's respecting this consolidation area. This white box has been here since Elon Musk was a baby. I mean, this consolidation area has been here since forever. So watch for this consolidation area to hold. If we can stay above this, I'm very positive that we will have a next leg to the upside. Are we gonna hit 364 this week? I don't know. I don't know, but it's feasible, it's reachable. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. So I really don't see a nice entry for our system unless, yeah, no, I don't see anything like really good here, especially because the indices were going higher, but then, well, look at this. I mean, this move to the downside when the indices were just pushing higher, 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 higher. And right here, well, right here, this is when the indices start move to the downside. But what do we have here? Well, we don't have anything here, right? We don't have anything here unless you are like, okay, well, this is previous day close. Is it? Yeah. Previous day close. And we are having this reaction here, this reaction here. I mean, if you wanted to take something like around here, looking at all this weakness, well, that was a nice play. That was a nice play. However, previous day close for me is not that important. But well, I mean, it had good reaction on this area, right? It had good reaction on this area. It's just for me, it wasn't a very important area, but today it was showing some weakness. And from here, well, all the way all the way down to here, 340.50. Yeah, 340.50 here. That was a nice trade here. But I don't see anything like too juicy for us. Anything like too juicy for us other than this 346.12. Why is not here? 346.12. What is this? Is this? Yeah. All right. Yeah, maybe this key level here. I don't know why I had to. Well, this is something I like. All right. So this is a key level on the 15-minute chart from yesterday. Look at this. Support, 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 then turn resistance. So this key level here, it's something to watch, right? So we are having this break and retest of this key level 346.51. Why we have two key levels here? 346.51. Look at this nice clean break and retest here. So maybe here, maybe you enter here, risk is at the top of these candles, and you were aiming to 340, 341. Look at this, 341. It was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade, and that's actually kind of the end goal for this. 341, 341. This is a nice entry. Anyone took Tesla today to the downside? Let me took. Didn't take all the big upper week before it broke out. I took it based on higher time frame. Okay. The baby wakes up. I left my computer. Okay. That duty calls by Cuba. Gabi. Neto, more of market structure and liquidity. Well, guys, if you understand liquidity, you are on the other side of the goal line. All right. If you understand liquidity, you are beyond the finish line. Guys, give me 1 second. My daughter is about to board in San Francisco to Japan. Just let me text her. Right. Sorry, guys, for the interruption, but she's just about to turn 15. She's gonna be 15 years old next month, and she's going to Japan with. So it's not only other country, other continent, other beliefs, other language. So yeah, I'm sorry if I just look like a worried and concerned dad. All right. So this was a nice entry for Tesla, guys. Again, if you are looking at this key level here, 346.51. As you can see, it's the very top of this candle. This was I'm sorry, resistance turned support, 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 turn resistance. So right here 1015, right here 1015. So once we turn this support into resistance, it was a nice trade to the downside. All right. Okay. And guys, do you have any questions for me today? As I told you, I'm slowly dying because I was awake very early in the morning at the airport. So if you don't have any questions for today, I would like to just close this session and see you tomorrow. What do you have something for me, guys? Uh, yeah, Tesla, you felt like it was going against the market completely, entirely. Yeah. This is what we call relative weakness, right? Relative weakness. This was going against. Um, Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Sina, Rael, Lara. Thank you, Jose Luis, Princess Jen. Thank you, Justin, Sven. So, guys, you know the drill. Please, please, please like the video. We have like 45 people. We have like 45 people on the live, and we only have like 9 likes. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And please spread the word. If you have other traders and your friends, bring them here to review their trade, and let's grow this community. All right, so thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.